Hello everyone and welcome to the hands-on demo on Amazon Elastic Block Store, Amazon EBS. So in this demo, we will launch an EC2 instance. We will create and attach an EBS volume. We will connect to that EC2 instance. Then we will format and mount the EBS volume. We will write some data to the EBS volume. Then we will create an EBS snapshot out of this EBS particular volume. Then we will test the whole setup and we will clean up the resources. So this is the high-level demo overview. So what I am doing here is creating a volume out of Elastic Block Store. Elastic Block Store is a service and we create EBS volumes. So these volumes are like your detachable SSD drives, right? So how you attach to one laptop and then you write some data and then you detach, and you can attach that SSD drive to another laptop and you can read the same data. So exactly same we are doing it. So this is the volume. I attach it to an EC2 running instance and then I write some data. After writing some data, I will detach it back, and this volume we have to create a snapshot, and this snapshot once it is created, I will create another volume. So this is volume 1, volume 2. Now whatever I have written when I attached it, I should be able to read it back when I attach it again. So I don't want to spin up another EC2 instance, that is why I am doing like this. But if you have another EC2 instance, because I can save some cost, and by following this we will still be in the free tier. So if you have another EC2 instance, instead of attaching it to the same, you can use one more, and if you attach it to this volume, you should be able to see the same data. So same as how I talked about. So that there are two laptops and you attach and detach a pluggable USB drive, and then you can read the same data. So step 1, to launch an EC2 instance. So for this I will log into AWS console. I am at console home. I am working in North Virginia, US East 1 region. So I'll search for EC2. Click on EC2. So I'll copy the EC2 instance name. So I'll call it EBS demo 1. Launch instance. Copy paste the name. Keep the default setting Amazon Linux, and instance type T2 micro. So key pair, create a new key pair. So I'll copy the key pair name also. So I'll just call it EBS demo key pair 1. Paste it. Create key pair. So just save it. I'll save it to desktop. Okay. So rest all settings are fine. Your default VPC, auto assign public IP, create a security group. So I'll just log in and then we'll terminate later, but otherwise you can select my IPs, but I'll just say anywhere so that it's much faster for this demo, and click on launch instance. So this instance will get launched. I'll continue for the next steps. So step 2 is to create an EBS volume. So I will just open this, and if you just scroll down under Elastic Block Store, there's a volumes. I'll just open in a new tab. So click on create volume. So right now this volume is directly attached to the EC2. So this is mandatory because there must be something which is running as part of loading the basic file system and all. So this one we cannot attach and detach. So for this demo we'll create a new, and just specify the minimum size 1 GB byte and minimum 3000. This is also 125 throughput, which is the minimum. And this one, okay, so this one you have to take, it should be in the same availability zone where the EC2 instance is running. So so for this you have to go to the EC2 instances. So this is instances launched. So if just select it, and under networking tab you should see the availability zone. So it is US East 1A. So sometime it can be US East 1A, 1B, 1C. So but make sure you check it, and default is correct. So I don't have to change anything, and keep all the settings as default. Create volume. So successfully created the volume. So next is to attach the volume. So for this, just select it and click on attach volume. So I go to volumes tab, and if I just click refresh, so now there are two, one which is generated or created during the EC2 instance launch, and which this one I manually created. So select the second one, actions, attach volume, and then here you have to search for EC2 instances. So I just have one, so I select that, and device name. So I just select this particular SDF. And attach volume. So this is correct, and attach volume. So attached volume successfully. Next, I will connect to the EC2 instance and run few commands. So this is my EC2 instance, and click on connect and click connect. So I'm using EC2 instance connect, which is browser based. So first command that I will be running is list block devices. So I just zoom in a bit and paste the command. So you will see XVDF. This came because I attached the volume. Next, I will just make a file system which is of type ext4, and this is the naming convention. So in Linux, it starts with /dev devices and followed by xvdf. So xvdf, which is attached, which is the 1 GB byte attachable volume that we have created and attached. So that's why it's showing like this. So I copy the whole command, zoom in a bit some more, and paste it. So this has created a file system which is of type ext4. So before we can write any file, we have to format, right? So once this is done, I will create a folder on the machine. So I have created a folder which is /mount/EBS volume. Then I will mount the device. So we are mounting XVDF, which we are mapping it to this particular location. So I paste that command, and now if I do a df command, so I should see this is being mapped correctly. So this device is mapped to this particular directory path. Okay, next I will be creating a file. So first, which I am doing is I am changing the file permission. So I am saying /EBS volume should be owned by EC2 user. Okay, and then I change the file permission also, and then I cd into the folder, and then I just create a test file. Okay, and then I'll just verify that file is showing. Okay, so my file is there and I am at this location. So I have done the first part where I put some data. Now I will be creating a snapshot from the volume. So we are at the second step. So I go to the volumes and select the volume which I created, 1 GB byte, and actions, create snapshot. So I'll just take the description. And that's all. So just click create snapshot, and snapshot created successfully. So if I right click snapshots, so it shows the snapshot which I just created. So I can I would have given it some name also, but anyway, if you just add name, key and value, that will be the name of the snapshot. Next, snapshot is also will take some time. It's pretty fast. So basically now from the volume, so 1 gigabyte is being written, so it will just take few seconds and it is completed. So basically it says it has taken the whole backup of the volume to a file system like a snapshot, right? Okay. Now what is the next step is to now unmount. Now because second part is done, the third part we have come to unmount the volume. So I copy the whole command. I go to the EC2 instance and I'll just zoom in. Let me go to the root, and so I have unmounted this particular path. So if I do now, so I cannot see any of the file. So if I try to write, for example, test, so you can see the message, no such file or directory, right? It's because I have just unmounted the device. So it is as good as unplugging your SSD drive from your laptop. So now I have unplugged the device, right? Now we just have to do this step to detach the volume. So this is unplugging, but even after unplugging, if I run list block device command, it should still show, but it is unplugged, right? So there are two steps. So I go to the volumes and detach the volume. So I have to take this one, right? Yeah, so the one which I have created. So I will detach the volume. So now it is 100% detached from the running EC2 instance. So successfully detached the volume. Next we are at the fourth step, where we create the volume out of the snapshot. So now we have a image with all the file system, all the data, and from that snapshot we are creating a volume. So for this I am in the snapshots. There is only one snapshot, right? And actions, create volume out of this snapshot, and everything it will take automatically, all the settings, and click on create volume. So just note down, it is 29E, right? So this is the volume which it has created. Now if I go to volumes tab and if I just refresh, so this is the one which it has just created, 29E, right? And now it is available. And this so snapshot has the data which I wrote, test file, and this test file out of that snapshot has come to this particular volume now, right? So now if I attach this volume, I should be able to read back the data which I wrote it first time around. So I go to the volumes, and this is the one which I created fresh, the new one, and actions, attach volume. So same procedure. Now take the EC2 instance and I'll just attach to devices SDF, attach volume, and it is successfully attached. Now I can just run the command lsblk, list block devices. So this is reattached back, but it is pointing to a different volume. And then I have to do the same, mount. So mount has happened. And now if I do a cat, it should show me the file. So as you can see, I am able to see the data. So we just saw that there was no such file. Then we mounted the new volume and we are able to see the file. So that's all. And now I will just do the cleanup. So first is to detach all the volumes. So I go to volumes, and so I have to detach 2 volumes. So I take one by one and pick the first one, actions. So it's already attached, so that's why we have to do force detach, because it's in use. So the volume state, as you can see, I'll just show you. So this is in use, so that's why we have to do a force detach. And then I will do for the other one also, which was second last one, actions, detach volume, and sorry, I clicked the wrong. So this one, actions. Okay, so because it's already detached, so I will delete volume. And the other one also. So this one. So as you can see, both the volumes got deleted. So we are detaching, then deleting, then deleting, then delete snapshot. So there is only one snapshot. So even though we deleted the volume, the snapshot will still be around. So you have to manually delete it. Okay, snapshot got deleted. Now only thing is left is EC2 instance. So just select this and terminate. So it has so it is shutting down now. And delete the security group. So if I just scroll down under network and security groups, so this is launch wizard 1. So this is being EC2 instance is being deleted or terminated. So it is just waiting for some time. So if I just go and click on instances, let me refresh. So after a minute or so, it got terminated. Now if I go to security groups and actions, delete, and click delete. So it got deleted. And lastly, I can confirm volumes also. So you will see this was the which during the launch it got attached, right? This is the, so if I, so there are no volumes, because when we terminate the EC2 instance, the volumes which is attached during the launch also get deleted automatically. And that's all. Thanks for watching.